Hello everyone, this is Angelic Empress, and I'm actually here today. I'm going to do a Valentine's Day reading, and this is just going to be a general love reading for Valentine's Day for the collective. So this reading may not resonate with everyone, but hopefully whomever it is that these messages are for will reach my channel and get these messages. I hope that many of you will resonate. I'm actually going to make this, this is a special general love reading for Valentine's Day, and I'm going to make this a contest. So I'm going to, if you can like, subscribe, and comment and share to my channel, to this reading. I'm going to enter those names into a draw, and at the end of February I will pick the name of the winner and do a free reading. So it's for a free love reading. And again, if you can like, subscribe, make a comment as well, and share, that would be awesome, and that will enter you into a contest for a free love reading, and that will be at the end of February that I will pick the name. Okay, so again, it's a Valentine's Day reading, general love reading, and again, remember that this is just for entertainment purposes. It will not resonate with everyone, but again, I believe that the people that are meant to receive these messages and that resonate with them, that this was meant for them. Okay, so again, it's Angelic Empress. I'm just going to get started now. I did meditate on 3 different tarot decks already that I'll be using, and I really do hope, though, that you enjoy this reading, and I hope that you resonate with it. Okay, so let's see. Valentine's Day, it's the 13th of February right now. It's the evening, and I'll be uploading these tonight for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. I hope that Valentine's Day brings you guys lots of love, even, family love, friendship love, or romantic love. I wish every bit of love to you all. Okay, that's too many cards. Okay, I kind of see I see that there was a really hard time here that somebody went through. There was a really difficult cycle. There was probably some, maybe deceit, fighting. There might have been some deception. It could have been deception, or just could have been a really difficult time that someone had went through. I do see that this is coming to an end, this time, and this cycle is ending, and I do feel like that somebody is embracing a big change in their life right now. If it hasn't already taken effect, changes, they're slowly coming in. There may have been some kind of addiction that somebody was recovering from. I do feel like somebody might have been in a cycle where they had this situation, or this phase in their life, or phase or time in their life, where things were really difficult. There was deception, hard times, fighting, just a really hard time. But they spent a long time after this difficult stage in kind of sadness and regret, like hanging on to a sadness from all this hurt for a long time. I feel like it's taken someone a really long time to get over this hurt and sadness. And there may have been, there may have been someone around, kind of in the background, as someone was healing and going through the process of trying to end this phase or this difficult time in their life, whether it be that they were still holding on to sadness from the past or a relationship, even just any kind of situation. It could just be even something that happened, a loss of some sort, job, career, family, anybody or anything, a loss of some sort that someone was going through a hard time and had a lot of sadness in. But there was something there still that was good, kind of waiting in the background, but this person wasn't able to really focus or give their attention to this, kind of like this Two of Cups. There could be some kind of special connection around you that you may have known was there, but you just couldn't give, your all to yet because you were still trying to end this phase. And I see something really good coming in. Like you may have already met somebody and you're now working towards this amazing, maybe connection or long-term commitment, a very stable, solid commitment and connection here that's very loyal and long-term. This is something very abundant in every aspect, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, even financially. There's a lot of abundance in this. And again, if it hasn't come in, I do see this coming in. But it's just taken time for someone to end a cycle of really hard times. So we'll see. I'll keep going. Sorry, excuse me if I cough. Yeah, somebody now is walking away from this difficult time of, turbulent time, rough waters, hard times, sadness, hurt, pain. They're now walking away from this. They're ending this difficult situation and they're moving forward to happier times, calmer waters, walking away from being sad of the past hurt and pain that they endured and now allowing themselves to move forward towards this, this new beginning, this stage of happiness and calmer waters and less stress and moving towards this abundance. Somebody may also be traveling. Maybe somebody's taking a trip and going away somewhere right now, or maybe within maybe in 8 days, 8 weeks, or maybe in August, somebody has planned a trip, and this trip is kind of something that's come in as, kind of like celebrations of the fact that you've ended this cycle, and this is something maybe that somebody has planned as their way of like celebrating that they've ended this cycle and walking away from it. I think that somebody also may resonate with that they're overcoming financial hardship. There may have been, really hard times financially. Someone, went through, maybe they lost a job and things became very hard, financially trying to make things work, trying to make ends meet. And it was really hard and really tough on the family or even just on yourself or as a couple. And I see that that stage is coming to an end and you're now becoming, more financially stable, more abundant and more secure financially, and that's making for a more happy relationship, happy home life for you. I do see this happening, walking away from all of the hardship and the lack of money and moving towards a lot of abundance. somebody might be dealing with a Capricorn, and or somebody might be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay. So yeah, so there was endings of a hard time and walking away from that energy, walking away from the sadness and regrets from the past and moving towards something abundance. There may have been a lot of fighting, a lot of conflict, just, really kind of somebody around you was just really unfair and did wrong by you. But I feel like you are walking away from this energy, but it's taken a while. I think you were for a long time in a phase of, a situation ended, but you were still holding on to that energy of the sadness and the hurt for a long time. And I feel like there was a relationship that was here, waiting in the background, and I feel like I see that there was somebody that you already met, and I feel like who's ever resonating with this reading right now, you were ending something with someone else or a situation that you were going through in your life, but there was somebody waiting in the background that you had a connection with. I feel like it was a spiritual connection. I feel like this journey and this hardship has brought you on this spiritual path, and maybe even towards this person that you already have surrounding you. I think that somebody retreated. They took some time alone to kind of really gain some enlightenment on what was going on in their life and this difficult phase that they went through. I think that phase, or the person that you're with, was very toxic. I think there might have been addictions, or it just could have been that you were feeling very chained and bound to a situation that you could not release and that you could not let go of. And I think that this was probably divinely guided to happen the way it did. I think that it took a long time to end this phase because this was about divine timing. I think you had to go through this hard, difficult time to bring you on a spiritual journey, and to bring you on this path, because there's lessons that you needed to learn. And I do think that whoever's listening to this knows this, that they've learned a lot, that they've changed, that they've transformed, that they've become more spiritual because of this. There is a lot, some love around you. There is a relationship around you that I see once you have fully released the cycle in your past that was very hard and toxic and hurtful. You have a person around you that you will be able to reach a higher level with. And it is somebody that you can trust. And I think intuitively you know this already, but you haven't been able to focus. You hadn't been able in the past to really give your all to this relationship. I think you're in the process, or you may have started, or just slowly going into the process of doing this, though. You've reflected a lot, and you've gained enlightenment and have an understanding that this person that's waiting for you is not the same as maybe someone else that you've endured a lot of heartache and pain with, deception with. This is a different person, but I think you kept yourself chained and bound to something. This may have been a marriage that you kept yourself in for so long, or a long-term commitment. But like, I do have the Hierophant here with the Death card, and I have Temperance as these last three cards, and I feel like this was all a very long process. It was a divine process. This was divinely guided. It was divine intervention that came into this energy or into your life to guide you down this path that you went through. Unfortunately, you did have to go through a hard time here and endure some not so great things, but I think that this makes us better people, just from my own experience as well. Like I was guided on this path to read, to do tarot myself from my own experience, very similar to this actually. It was very hard, and it's what brought me to YouTube to come across tarot and to bring me on this path of spirituality. And I feel like I was guided here to help all of you. Like I in my other videos, I mentioned that I do have a psychic ability. I'm very intuitive, and I felt I was brought on this path to do this for you guys, to help you. And but my point here is that the difficult time that we go through and the hard time that we feel trapped and stuck in, it's for a reason, because we need to learn things. It guides us on this journey spiritually so that we can learn these lessons, but ultimately it's because there's something good that's going to come out of it. Yes, there's something better coming into our lives, but there's also something better within us that we learn to help other people. And I think that's a really important thing here as far as these spiritual journeys that we go on. We're meant to help other people along this process. So I do feel here that someone kept themselves really stuck and trapped in something here, this difficult situation and stage of their life. They were very worried and afraid, and so afraid to take the steps to move forward, to move away from this difficult time towards calmer waters. But these were all illusions and fears that someone had, but they eventually realized that, I think, or is in the process of that. Now, either you or these energies also can be reversed. This could be you or somebody around you as well. It could be you that's been waiting for someone to release themselves from a situation like this. And the person or yourself could have been very guarded and very protective. They may have held their feelings, or yourself held your feelings back a lot and guarded yourself in regards to this. Like I feel again, like with this Five of Cups, someone was still holding on to a lot of sadness and pain from the past, even though they had this kind of union here waiting for them. And the person that was waiting, was very patient here, has been very patiently waiting for this. And they may have felt that the other person, again, this can be vice versa, was holding back a lot of their feelings, even though there's been a lot of love here for a long time. They held back their feelings, they held them in, and they guarded themselves because they were afraid. And they may still be a little bit afraid, but I think they've really have started the process to work really hard on releasing that energy of the pain and hurt. And I think that like they've gained enlightenment with this Hermit card and reflected and gone within, and can see clearly now that they did need to release this to move forward, that there was something amazing waiting for them. I think this was fated and destined and meant to be with the Wheel of Fortune. I think that this was all about divine timing. There's huge changes coming into your life, or that may have already started to come into your life. And this is a very telepathic connection. I think that deep down you know that this was meant to be. And I think you may have for a long time known that a connection that you had with somebody else was something very special. And you're now starting to take the process to take action and move towards this. And there may be a lot of communication coming in right now. In regards to this, in regards to wanting to possibly start a union. I do believe that there may be a lot of synchronicities here as well with the Temperance card, and there's been a big need on both ends for a lot of patience, especially one person to be very patient while they've been waiting for this union to come together. I'm going to do some clarifying. So I do have like a lot of, I see like big endings coming here with the tens. I have 3 tens here, so 10, 10, 10 could be significant. Let me see here. 1 second. The month of October might have been significant for somebody, or something around October might have been significant. You may have walked away and ended something in October. I don't know if it was October of 2019 or 2018 maybe, but something may have been big in October. Also, or maybe in June as well. Maybe there is something to do with June that's, that could be significant as well. And there may be a Capricorn, as I said before, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer could be significant. A Virgo and a Taurus as well. It could be significant here. So I'm going to clarify the Devil card. Okay. So the Devil was clarified by the Hermit. So again, this really toxic situation has really made someone really retreat and take a time out for a long time to reflect on this difficult phase that they've gone through, to be able to release themselves from something they kept themselves chained and bound to, negative thoughts, negative thinking. They've really needed to gain enlightenment on this. Again, this could be a Virgo. It could be a Virgo and Capricorn that's in one situation here as well. Okay, yeah, so someone's definitely, I was clarifying the 10 of Earth. Somebody's definitely moving towards this abundance, this happy home. Somebody might be buying a home right now, moving in together. This could be something that you've already gone through this process and now you're ready to move in together. And I see this being very successful if that's what this is. If you've bought a house, or you're thinking about buying a house, if you're thinking about moving in together, it's going to be successful. After, you've been waiting so long for your ships to come in, and I see it coming. I see you having victory at the bottom of the deck here, taking a leap of faith and having victory over all the obstacles and all the hard times. You're going to rise above and have victory. It's going to be successful. I'm going to clarify the Six of Swords. Yeah, somebody's just ready to go. Like they just want to take action. They're ready for this new beginning now. I don't think anybody's really allowing themselves to be held back anymore. Like they're that close to that stage of just going forward to the happier times, calmer waters. You may be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I feel Sagittarius even more, but I do see that you're definitely ready to move forward. It's time. This is the time now. You're ready to put all this hurt past you. I'm going to clarify the Three of Wands. And I kind of feel like I'm going to get like a Six of Cups, Two of Cups, maybe Lover's card here. Oh no. The Nine of Wands. So it's been really, really burdensome for somebody here, waiting for this to come together, waiting to see their ships come in, waiting for this union to come together and releasing the past. It's been so heavy. Someone's carried around a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, just stress and hard times, but they are determined. They're not going to give up. They're waiting for this to come together. So if if someone's been waiting for you, they're not going to give up on you. And if you've been waiting to be able to just put this behind you and move forward towards your happiness, you're not giving up either. You're ending this cycle and putting the hurt and the pain behind you so you can have a stable new beginning. I'm going to clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you've already kind of built a foundation with someone here. This person, this Two of Cups relationship, you've planted the seeds and put a lot of work, you and someone else, you put a lot of work into this relationship, into a foundation. You've built a strong bond. I think it's spiritual and it was divinely guided. And I think you've both been waiting to see things come into fruition. You've been waiting to see the fruits of your labor. You may have taken this kind of like standstill, kind of retreat back to reflect on all the work that you've put in. Or this someone else that you're dealing with may have been doing this while they're waiting for you, reflecting on how much work they put in and like, do I want to continue to put the effort into this because I've been waiting so long, and they're trying to be patient, but they might have taken a timeout. Maybe it wasn't you or the person that you're dealing with took a timeout, the one who's been waiting for you to end this difficult stage in your life. And it may have been hard for them, and this could have been heavy on them waiting for this. But and they've been reflecting on all the heartache, all the work that they put in, and the time they've spent waiting. But I think ultimately, they're not going to give up. I think they know that you're their destiny and you them, and that you guys coming into each other's life was fated, and it's your it's your fortune. Like, they know that this is this relationship is bringing them so much happiness and love and good fortune. It's like fortune on their side or yours being with each other. So they're not going to give up. They are going to wait to see things come into fruition. But it's been hard and it's been heavy. And there may have been a lot of times here where one or the other has felt like giving up. And there might have been a lot of even fighting and conflict within this new relationship, the good one, the one that you're meant to be with, even still, because it's been hard to wait. And someone is contemplating on, should I continue to keep investing in this? But again, I think that I don't think you're going to give up on this, either one of you, in this connection. I don't think so. I'm going to clarify the Eight of Wands. Yeah, the Eight of Wands is clarified by the Eight of Swords. And then I do have the Eight of Swords here as well. So yeah, I think someone, again, kept themselves trapped and stuck with all these fears and worries and illusions that was in their mind because of the past hurt that they endured and the pain. They're afraid to move forward because they're afraid of getting hurt again. They're afraid that maybe even this, this new person, or the person that they know is their, divine counterpart, or the deep connection they have, they're afraid that maybe the same thing will happen again, and so they really kept themselves stuck from moving forward for a long time. But I think that there has been, or is going to be, some communication, maybe even tomorrow. So, who knows, on Valentine's Day, there could be some messages coming in, some communication, very exciting, passionate communication. I feel that if somebody still has been in that stuck mode, and who's kind of held themselves back and guarded, I feel like maybe they may be, in and around Valentine's Day, coming in with some communication, possibly about how they feel.